Hey guys, welcome to the Wilkie Experience. For those who are new, welcome. For those that are coming back for the second time and who've been following this podcast, welcome back guys. I appreciate you all. Today I'm chopping it up with my boy Curtly Gwindi. It's like my little brother. Like, it's funny how we met though. Like, I always like telling people how we met. So I'm gonna tell the story because I feel like I'm a very good storyteller. Right, so I was at the shops randomly, and this kid pulls up and he's just got braces, and I'm just like, who's this brace face? So he's pulling up with my one of my neighbors. So I used to stay at the same apartments as your cousin, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, and then so we just start talking, and then you end up telling me that you are at my old school. At MCC, and I'm like, oh, you're going to MCC.
I was going to MCC.
You're going to MCC,
correct,
and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I know people there, blah blah blah, and we just kicked it from there.
Absolutely.
And from that time on, we just stayed in comms. I came to visit MCC. You were there. We put on a show at the grandstand. I'm just like, this kid is just got energy. He just got energy though. You just had so much energy, and yeah, and we've been tight since then. That was what year was that?
It's close to 9 years now.
Whoa.
That's how long it's been.
Damn, I'm old.
We're old, Will.
Do you know that I'm turning 29 in like 17 days?
Absolutely.
I am old.
Absolutely.
But anyway, good to have you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on the Wilkie Experience.
Anytime, bro. But today we are experiencing you. That's the whole part. That's the one thing I look forward to. Because
pleasure.
See, the Wilkie Experience, it's me and my experiences with people that I know. For now, we're doing people that I know because I won't even be looking at my notes because I know you so well. I just have to filter the things that I tell the masses, but I know you so well.
And we've been through so much.
So much, actually.
Absolutely.
You know what? So, without wasting anyone's time, who is Curtly? Because, you are a lot of things. Curtly, you are a marketer, you're an MC, you are a communication specialist, and whatever else. That's why I was in a rush to say, guys, play by play, we need to sign up Curtly because this kid is everything and one.
Oh, yes, play by play.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
Do tell the masses. Who is Curtly?
Yes, Curtly is a 25-year-old. I would start by my age. A 25-year-old young man based here in Harare, Zimbabwe. I am a TV presenter. I am a communication specialist, like you rightly said. I have interest as well in radio presentation. I do love the stage as well, which draws me to MCing, being a master of ceremony. I do enjoy as well doing voiceover adverts. I think to mention just but a few, that's a little bit of what I do.
Can I stop you right there?
Yes.
Do they train you guys to speak like this? Like, seriously, do they train you guys to speak like this? Because
so I sound
voice.
I sound all monotony,
yeah. Like, even when you're reading the news, I'm just like, boy, you don't sound like that. Like, you guys have that thing going on. Is that something they teach you, or
it's something? It comes with the conditioning, and then obviously it's acquired. So it's almost like an acquired sound. Right. Call it that.
Where did you get your accent from? Because that's acquired. You never used to speak like this 9 years ago.
In Zoga Will. This is how it goes down. As you grow and progress, I think for me, the singleness of purpose, or the way that I've wanted to develop and grow myself, I did start cultivating myself into who I want to become. Right. And through that particular training and imposing myself on certain things and certain cultures,
right.
Perhaps that's how the accent.
Oh, my blood, God, yeah.
Oh yes, you can do that well. So I don't feel bad for explaining myself.
I don't speak like that, but you know what? I totally understand. When I got to Australia, bro, like, I would speak straight English, and they just would not understand what I'm saying. But you put a little twang in it, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, man,
It all makes
that's
sense.
what you're trying to say.
It all
right?
makes sense,
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds pretty good. All right.
Yeah, true.
But anyway, all right, cool. So obviously, like you're all these things. How do you balance it out? Because I mean, you obviously work with one of the biggest and fast-growing ball drilling companies. That's your second job, is it?
Yeah.
Because ZTV, like ZBC, is your first job.
Absolutely. I don't put them in tiers or order.
All right.
But yes, we'll just say one.
Okay, fine. So you work at ZBC, and
Yeah.
tell me about Trending with Curtly, like that show. This guy puts me on. Actually, let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys.
You're exposing
Right.
the secrets.
Let me expose. So Curtly, right, guys? Curtly will call me and just ask me, "Do you want to do this?" And this is on the day, and I've got literally 2 minutes to decide.
Oh yes, that happened with radio. Yeah.
Guys, this guy called me. I was busy doing whatever I was doing. He tells me, look, in an hour we need to be on radio. There's
true.
this show,
Which is
yada,
true.
yada, yada. Fine. We end up on radio, and guys, we ended up actually having a whole show on Star FM for about a year before COVID hit. And it was one of the best shows. It was the Heat Press. We were chopping it up in there with DJ Mox, with the producer Shaldo, and we used to talk about
And tonight.
oh,
Yes,
how could I
yes,
forget
yes.
our very own philanthropist, theologist, everything. Tina is everything in one.
Oh yeah, Tiana. He's special.
He's special. He's
He's
smart
special.
as. So we chopped it up for a year, and then COVID hit. But that was one of the opportunities you put me on. And I remember one day I woke up to one of my TikToks on national television because of you, and that was Little Hippo.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
True
this
story.
boy, you keep putting people on. What's that all about? Because you never seem to forget, your people, and even if they're not your people, you just have this thing of putting people on.
No, 100%.
Is that something that does it happen naturally? Or what is that? Is it your upbringing? What is that?
Absolutely. As I said before, Will, I think this then blends into what I have chosen as a career path, which is communications.
Right.
I love communicating to brands through marketing, and also brands, people through relations. So those two particular things always are the what I say the cornerstone of everything I do.
Right.
And I would say that one of the major highlights of my life, or cornerstones of how I became who I am, was I rose by being lifted. So I believe that we rise by lifting others.
True.
Yes.
True.
So by virtue of that, any small chance I get, I always try my best to lift others. It's not right now I'm not where I want to be. I still do have a lot of work, but with the work I'm doing, I can move along with people. I will go far if I do that.
No, definitely.
And that's exactly what we are trying to do, I think, in this lifetime.
No, look, we are never going to forget you, bro.
Absolutely.
I never thought
Absolutely.
I'd ever be on radio.
Oh, yes.
It's something I thought about, but look, I barely knew anyone when I got back. Now I'm friends with radio DJs,
Absolutely.
what have you. And
Absolutely.
that's because of you. And
that's a snowball effect. It's nothing to do with me anymore. It's a snowball effect. It happens one time.
It's crazy because, like, I look at it, I see people that come on your show, and actually, was Trending with Curtly, was that your idea, or what happened?
Yeah,
there?
so how that show came about,
Yeah.
Trending with Curtly, is on ZBC every morning between 6 and 8 o'clock. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That particular show was a brainchild of one of my very, very senior executives
Right.
at the corporation. And I would always say at the corporation, my interests in social media are far beyond what ZBC can offer. How best can I integrate my interests as well as my passion?
Right.
And I've always had a passion for speaking, so why not try and take the social media and integrate it with my speaking and come up with some magic, and boom,
it happened.
Trending with Curtly.
I love it. I love it. It's early in the morning, so I'll catch it.
Absolutely.
I'll catch it.
And that will also speak to early morning birds, the real people who wake up and drink the coffee.
Right. The 4 a.m. club, 5 a.m. club.
Absolutely,
It's so early in the morning.
Yes.
But now you guys are doing a great job. You guys keep it up. You know what?
Yeah.
So, okay, training with Curtly, that's now a part of your brand.
Absolutely.
Right. And I love the way you brand yourself.
No, thank you.
Every single time.
I learned from the best.
Oh, right. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. Okay, so you wear CG everywhere. Curtly Gwindi.
Absolutely.
But right now we've been speaking about serious stuff, so I'm gonna leave that for a bit. On social media, you now have 3 accounts officially. And
I'll never catch a break.
As your brand manager, I've told you to take one of those accounts down, but you just will not because there's trending with Curtly. That's fine. That's with the corporation.
Yes.
And then there's Curtly Gwindi, right? That I understand. What I don't understand is what the hell is Uncle One Man Show? What is it?
It's Uncle Curtly now.
Okay, Uncle Curtly now.
But I'm gonna give you context.
And it used to be Uncle One Man Show?
Yes. So,
help us.
let me tell the Will K community and all those listening to the podcast today that, I was an uncle and I was so proud to be an uncle. This was about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, I took pride in that. But prior to that particular, so I am an actual legitimate, substantive uncle.
Okay, malume.
Yes, yes, I'm a malume.
Right. Okay.
But I think it was back in high school. Actually, I had my vice principal's son who would always come to me asking for sweets. That's the story behind Uncle, by the way. And I would engage him and interact with him up to a point where he wanted my name because he thought that he would more easily get what he wanted from me.
Oh, right.
So I introduced myself as his uncle, Curtly. And from then it was ran with to this day.
Okay.
And this is about 6 years later.
Right. And as your manager,
yes,
I'm telling you again in front of everybody.
Yes.
Guys, he needs to take that account down.
Okay.
Right? Because you're into branding.
Yes.
Right? You're into branding. So
absolutely.
3 accounts.
I do understand that.
Let's talk about branding.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let's get into it.
Branding, as I said, I love the way you just have CG everywhere. You've got one of the brands that you work with.
Yes.
On the opposite side.
Oh yes. Big shout out.
Do you even know how many brands you actually work with?
As per my portfolio, beginning the year of 2022.
As per my portfolio.
Yes, as per my portfolio, because we have to take stock.
I don't even have a portfolio, bro. But anyway, continue.
As consultants, we take stock.
Right,
but as per the portfolio, I think up to date, we are working with 17 brands. 17 brands is what yes, boss, as my play-by-play.
Even I don't know
there's a little bit of information I need to keep you up to speed with. But boss, we've been working. We've been working, boss.
17 brands.
Yes.
I only know is it Venice?
Venice Menswear.
Venice Menswear.
Big shout out to
right. You've got Mumba Money.
Yes.
Conti Cash.
And
that's as far as I go. I know 3 out of 7. 3 out of 17. That is pathetic.
Yeah. Incorporate Zim, Vista Pharmacy. I mean, the list can go on and on. But what one thing I understood about branding is every brand needs a voice. Like I said, I love to communicate with brands through marketing and people through relations.
Right.
And every brand needs a voice, and that could be in regards to marketing, that could be in regards to public relations.
All right.
Which is exactly what I'm into, or what I take particular interest in this lifetime. And one thing I can say is having a logo designed is not a brand. Or having something, written down and saying, okay, yeah, I'm trying to do this. That's not a brand. A brand is what people say when you're not in the room.
So, no?
No. That's not the starting point. But I like where you're going with it. Shucks. The brand Will K then comes about when we are sitting as the boys, perhaps with the crew behind the scenes from Red Zone Media,
Right.
and we're talking about you.
Okay, so-
That
So
particularly
the brand
speaks to
is
your brand.
so the Will K experience.
Oh yes.
So that's the brand.
Oh yes.
All right. So just my signature, no?
No. Unfortunately, I hate to burst your bubble.
Bro, you're breaking my heart. I really thought this. You know what?
It's a Wednesday. You'll find a woman crush to fix it.
It's a Wednesday, bro. You're so ahead. It's Tuesday. Actually.
Oh, yes, it is
Yes,
Tuesday.
we're shooting this on Tuesday.
Oh,
It
yes.
drops on Wednesday.
Absolutely. That's correct. That's correct.
Is there really coffee in that cup? Or
Yes,
there's
I'm
something
drinking
else?
coffee. So
There's
that
a
brings,
stronger concoction
that
in
brings
there,
me to
'cause-
my next story with you. Will.
Oh, here we go. What's your next story? Tell me.
I had to stop alcohol.
Right.
I had to stop alcohol.
Right. Oh,
Yes.
cheers to that. Since we can only, you have to
Yes.
drink. We
Yes,
have
I
to look.
can.
Whoa, no, come back, bring it back. So you cheers. You have to be looking at each other in the
Okay.
eye, and then you sip.
Okay,
Right. It's
there we
rude to cheers and not sip.
There you go.
Remember that.
There
Right.
you
Cool.
go.
There.
Okay.
Right. What do you say?
So we had to. I had to stop. The drinking life.
Yeah.
And I think it's been quite a great journey.
Right.
Yes, it's achieved me singleness of purpose. It's also just aligned me with a few of the things that I can do and achieve in terms of my willpower.
Right.
Yes, willpower, touche.
Oh yeah.
So that is something that I think even listeners out there and viewers out there can take. Depriving yourself of one thing can also just take you far in terms of what you think you can achieve and what you will eventually achieve.
I like that. How long has it been for you?
It's been, as when I last checked, it had been 3 months and about 15, 16 days.
Right. So I am 1 year fully sober, like nothing at all.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Will.
bro. And for me, it was more of the wastage in resources because I was a social drinker. I was a social drinker, but you know what happens as you grow, your tastes change. So even though I was a social drinker, when I was still drinking Hunter's Gold, as I grew older and as
The bottles got bigger.
The bottles got bigger and everything, and I realized that out of 4 bottles I could drink a quarter or half a bottle. So that meant that the other, you can't close a bottle that you've already opened.
Oh, yes.
So the other 3 were more of a waste for me. But look, I've got nothing against people that drink. I love my friends. Some of my friends still drink. And I still go out here and there.
Same with me.
But now I go out for a limited time. I've got more time on my hands. I'm saving more. And I realized there was a time where I was now just working so that I could just have enough for the weekend. And I know you used to
Good
be
and bad motivation.
And the crazy thing is, I know it was that bad for you when it came to shisha.
Yeah.
To shisha and vapes.
Yes.
You would break a vape today and you would have a new one tomorrow. The cost, I really got worried there because that was crazy. That was a crazy moment you're having there. I thought you were addicted.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember when I moved into my place, like you used to come. Any chance you got, you used to come. And you
set it up.
Come greet me, and then you just set it up. In your corner, you'd set it up, and I'm like, did you actually come and see me?
Yeah.
Come to see me, or
you came to blaze?
You came to blaze, and it was crazy because it's small things like that, that put us in a spot where you just gotta take stock of your life.
Oh yes.
You really gotta take stock of your life and know exactly what you're doing, where you're trying to go, and it's not about just because now you stop drinking, you're better than everyone else. No, because you're running your own race. You're on your own journey. Do what works for you. And
yes.
That's why I always tell people. For me, I was really in a position as I grew up. I was really in a position where I never really gave in to peer pressure. I always tell people that I was the peer pressure because I used to like commanding stuff, and I used to be I used to like leading. But at the same time now, if I can, if I see that my friends are getting out of control in a certain area, I'm gonna tell them, like, look, bro,
call them out.
like, bro, I'm gonna call you out, like, bro, because remember, I used to tell you, bro, this shisha thing that you're doing, this vape thing, I used to get worried. You'd break a vape on a Monday, Tuesday you've got a new one, you lose it over the weekend, and and I was looking at it and I was like, my guy, That's your whole salary.
Absolutely.
Now you have to work extra
Yeah.
to be buying more vapes, but you could have actually diverted those funds to something else. So it was crazy, but it's growth. And I love the fact that, you know, you realize we needed to slow down on the alcohol. You know, if you need to stop. If you need to slow down. You know, you're doing what you need to do. Actually, you know what? I've actually got a piece, something that I saw. So I've read this book. It's by Samantha Musa, Misread. Love her to bits. You know, she's one person I look at, and she's so real, man. She's so real. She pays attention. I love the fact that if she knows you, she's gonna be, you know, she'll be rooting for you silently, but she'll be rooting for you. When I went for her launch with Givenchy, she quoted one of my tweets. And bro, that actually meant a lot, you know. But and you know, I've secretly supported Misread. She probably doesn't even know. Like, as soon as her book came out, I went to her manager and I was like,
oh wow,
put me on. Like, I've had this book from literally the day they started distributing them, you know. And you know, I love it because you know, I support local is one of my favorite things. You know, I've actually got a page. You know, Raza and I have a page that actually says I support local on social media. But
of course, I know that. I follow it.
Good. So the title of the book is "Be Faithful to Your Happiness."
Okay.
Right, and you and I can both testify that right now we are in a better place. You know, we are experiencing more happiness because of the choices that we've made. You know, and you know, in her book, chapter 4, which is about page 41, she talks about digging deeper. And let me just find there's a part where, you know, she's talking about like this part. She says, "Be quiet. You cannot dig deep until you take time to be still." You know, and you know, that's deep because I realized that at the time we decided to stop drinking, we must have taken time out to just be still and just, you know, be quiet, shut up the noise, and just reflect on what exactly was going on.
Oh yes.
You know, and she also goes, find what you're good at. You know, and now it's crazy because now that I've got more free time on my hands, because I'm not just thinking of going to drink all the time. You know, now
zeroing in.
You know, I'm zeroing in on the things that I'm really good at.
Oh yes.
You know, my handicap has actually dropped. I play golf now, my G.
Oh yes.
I play golf. Call me Tiger.
I heard about it in the last podcast, and I'm like,
bro, I play golf. Shout out to the country club for providing the best golf experience there is in the country.
That's
I'm obviously biased towards the country club anyway. And you know, she's speaking about find what you're passionate about, ask for feedback. You know, and it's the craziest thing because most people just do not like feedback.
Yes.
You know, I really feed off feedback.
Okay.
You know, and also it's not just about listening to everybody, because you need to know that the people that are giving you the feedback, it's coming from a good place. It's not people that just want to take you down. You know, which is obviously us being mindful of our circles, mindful of, you know, we could have this conversation and go on and on and on. She's talking about discovering your purpose. Exactly. Assess your relationships right there. And this chapter, guys, you need to cop this book, Be Faithful to Your Happiness by Samantha Musa, aka Misread. And you know, just read because there's so much going on in this book. And books changed my life. What's your favorite book?
I think currently it has to be Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Damn. You hadn't read the book this whole time, or you're rereading it?
I'm rereading. I'm reading for the 7th time now.
7th time?
Yeah.
You know,
I think it is the 7th time.
Oh, you think it is?
Yeah.
Do you read every morning?
Not with my schedule anymore. I peruse through motivational content every morning.
Right.
Yeah, because of my schedule, I can't exactly dedicate the reading time that I used to. But still, when I do get the moment, I flip through pages like no man's business.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, I know we, you know, we've been through a lot together, but you know, now I'm gonna get into deeper stuff because you've been down, right? You've been down. I remember there was so much happening on social media the one time, and you wanted to respond.
Oh,
you wanted to react, and I was like, boy, we do not react. we keep control of the situation.
Wise
we
words.
do not react. And we sat there and the whole thing played out and it went away. And there's so many other things. What is the one moment where you felt like, you know what, I'm down, you know, these people are counting me out? What's that? Do you have a specific moment? If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But if you don't want to talk about it, then let us know how you got out of it. How did you get up from being down? Because look, there was a time everybody was counting you out. Everyone told me it was a bad investment, you know, signing you up with play-by-play. Nobody wanted me to sign you up. Nobody. I'm like, you know, this is my little brother. You know, I'm not gonna let him go. That's not how this works. You know,
cancelled.
When we're down, yeah, you were definitely cancelled for a while, man. And you know, even time and time again, I still hear people bring up certain things, but you know, I'm loving the growth because I know you just don't care anymore. Because from that time you were down, you know, you just literally, just the graph just started going up, and it's been a constant uphill the whole time. And you're just doing what you do, like. You're just being Curtly.
Yeah.
You know, no care in the world whatsoever. You know, you're just still doing what you're doing. So, do let us know, what was the one time you were down? Or if you don't want to tell us, then let us know how you got out of it. Because, you know, I know it. I'm not going to say it for you, you know, in case you don't want the whole world to know. But
yeah. I think for me, the most defeating moment was obviously the time you made reference to. I don't think I'm going to give finer details, but how I felt at that time was definitely a sad, bearing, daunting
if I must,
moment.
if I must say,
Yeah.
if I must say, Curtly cries, guys. Curtly cries. I remember.
Not on the podcast.
You cry, bro. I was like, man, all right, okay. You literally wanted to cry.
Oh,
you
yes.
literally, your tears were so close. I could tell you were being brave, you know. But anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
had to put it out there. Like,
No, it
lady,
was-
he cries.
Very emotional season and time. Yes, social media. Let me just take it back a bit, or bring a little bit of context.
Yeah.
Maybe finer details that will come out in what I'm about to say. But social media has its way around your emotions, around your mental health, around your physical health, and just about everything that makes you a human being. It can either make you or break you, and it's your choice whether it's going to make you or break you. You know, what I went through and everything that was said on social media did almost break me. It definitely made me break down, but it didn't make me break up with the concept of going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
The idea behind everything that happened, I think it was by design, because I think from that I learned a lot. From that I also studied more of what I can become, or studied more about who I am. And I'm grateful for that season. How I rose above it, I simply, first of all, prayed. I prayed. I had to get on my knees and pray and see the light at the end of the tunnel, which I then used as an impetus to propel me forward. I am grateful for support systems like yourself, my brother.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for the people I had around me, and I'm also grateful to God for the guidance as well. Everything I believe in this world is spiritual.
True.
And yeah, we sometimes fight it, but the key thing is, if we stay within those spiritual eyes, we will see things. And it's that kind of vision that allowed me to actualize, and obviously where I'm sitting now is definitely not where I was on in that season or on that day. So yeah, rising above any situation can happen. It's just about your tenacity and strength to be able to, you know, push and say, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to overlook this. What's the next step? And it's through strategies, through sitting down, through thinking, and through not overthinking though. But through planning, you will get through any situation. I don't think there's anything that's too big or too small. Yeah.
You know, when you grow up and you hear, you know, you're constantly being told Isaiah 40 verse 31, you know, and it's just like, you know, God, I'm gonna wait upon you.
Yes.
You know, for those who don't know, Isaiah 40 verse 31, that was our song, our college verse at MCC, and
yes,
it was something that we were told. You know, you're constantly being told, you're eagles. You know, you will rise above the situation.
Yes.
So Isaiah 40 verse 31, it simply goes, those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.
Teach me, Lord. Teach me,
No,
Lord.
teach me, Lord. That was the college song.
To wait.
That was the college
favorite
song,
part.
man. You know, I used to do that, but yeah. So we've been taught to always, wait upon the Lord. We've been taught to, you know, we've always been told, you know, you will definitely get out of it. Positive affirmations. During sports, it was, yo, I'm the head and not the tail, and all that. And I feel like that upbringing definitely, you know, put us in a spot where now, you know, it's within. It's within. And it's okay to not be okay. That's one thing people don't understand. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to take a break from social media.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, because mental health is a big thing. And I feel like with so much pressure around, with, you know, even with the social media, you know, take time out.
Oh, yes.
You know, take time out. If you're not okay, take time out. You know, I was off WhatsApp.
Yes.
I was off WhatsApp for a month and a half.
And I noticed.
You know, I was off WhatsApp because I was okay, but I just didn't want to deal with, you know, everyone else because of what I was going through. You know, and I just didn't need all that pressure. And I came back and I started dealing with things my own pace, my own time. So, you know, that's really important. But kudos to you, because, you know, you are flying high. You know, every single time I'm just looking at your social media, I'm like, bro, you're doing the things, and you keep going.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
You just keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
You know, and yeah, let's see how many other people we can actually get on the bandwagon. You know, like, people need to start believing in themselves, you know, because it's our duty. I know people who look up to you. You know, I know people who look up to you. You are an inspiration to, like, so many kids.
Absolutely.
You know, and even I'm just like, yo, like, even now I'm even like 17 brands, bro. Like,
humbled.
when did we get to 17 though?
I'm humbled.
You know, but yeah, man, like, now it's definitely been great, you know, chopping it up with you. I know obviously it got deeper in the end. I wanted to make this just, you know, an easy thing, you know, and do what we do.
No, but that's what we were about.
You know, it got
we're
so,
about depth and real content.
You know, no, definitely. It got so deep, but look, at the end of the day, I want to thank you for always just being there, putting me on, and, you know, being that little brother, you know. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything you want to tell, you know, the listeners, you know, all those watching, any words of encouragement, anything, because I feel like right now you're in your zone. I can feel it. I'm like, Curtly is in his zone right now. So because
I'm just chilling.
I know you that well. So I'm gonna give you the floor to just, you know, say a couple words to the people, you know, and, you know, just encourage them, because that's the one thing we lack, you know, and yeah.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Thank you so much, bro. First of all, thank you so much for having me and, you know, chopping it up, like you say. A cup of coffee.
My coffee is cold, really.
I'm gonna get another cup right after this. But to the world out there, whoever's watching, wherever you're from, you know, we really have different templates to life and different ways in which we view ourselves. But the one key thing I can say to you, especially if you're a young person watching this, is never stop believing and never ever doubt the power of self. And when I say power of self, it's what you have within you that will always take you forward. It's never going to be an external force. It's never going to be some deep revelation. It's never going to be an epiphany or a dream. It's just going to be you waking up. I love Eric Thomas.
Right.
He's a motivational speaker we always make reference
Yeah.
to. He says if you want to make a difference, you make a decision. And one of the most amazing things is if you just make that decision, all the difference will show and it will happen just for you. This is Curtly Gwindi, Kurt by name and not by nature, and that's my word to you.
So ZPC, like what was that? You know, you just reminded me. This is Ruben Barwe.
You had to mention
Boy,
it.
I had to.
It was his birthday the other day. He turned
Right.
69.
He's 69.
Yeah.
We're old. Yeah, definitely old. But anyway, thanks for coming through, brother. Anyway,
thank you.
to all you guys watching, to all those listening. Next week we're definitely gonna have a lady. You know, I can't have too many gents sitting on my couch. You know, these gents are full of nonsense sometimes. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time, we out.